Welcome everybody to the Iron Cast. We're about to go over the patch notes from the patch 11.23. It's the preseason.
It
And
is.
everybody's really excited. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am. I will say that this time it's not unlike last time. I did already read all of the patch notes once because I actually played games yesterday and I didn't want to be too surprised or shocked or annoyed by anything. I was still very shocked and annoyed on occasion, but hey.
I have glanced over them and I can't remember shit. I do know that there are two additional dragons. And something has changed.
Oh boy, a lot has changed. But we'll try to be a lot more brief than we were last time for multiple reasons. But the biggest one is the patch notes are more than twice as long as the last ones. And the last video
was like an hour.
Was an hour long. So ideally,
let's start.
Yes.
We don't have to go over Arcane because everybody has already seen or loves this show.
So
or both? Probably both.
Objective bounties.
Yes, what about those?
Objective bounties basically mean that when your team is sufficiently behind, opponents' towers, as well as the neutral objectives on the map, will be worth more gold. Like kills would be when you're sufficiently far behind. The thing about that is...
But it's team-based, not single-player based.
It's team-based, yes. And you have a nice display for it, which is nice. That you can actually see it. It's pretty cool.
I have played games in this patch and I have not seen that.
Yeah, I understand that.
I rarely press tab, to be honest.
Of course you don't. Anyway, so...
okay. Oh, but the symbol for the dragon looks nice. I guess that's the stinky poo dragon, the camp tank, yeah?
The what now?
The stinky dragon, it creates stink fields where you're invisible?
Yes, sure. Yes. I was not expecting this.
Okay.
So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the dragons briefly, in that I will explain to you what they do and you will have all the time in the world to pause. I will scroll slowly.
Okay.
If your opponent has more health than you, this dragon gives you bonus damage. When you get the soul, you revive after you die, and you gain a sort of Sejuani passive, where you live again and you can cast and play normally.
It's we win the team fight regardless, so...
Basically, yeah. It's very likely that there will be many team fights where one team gets aced, and then kills the other team anyway. That will happen.
This would create the worst pause ever.
Yeah, there's just gonna be minutes where everyone is dead.
Imagine like some... the last two placed American teams play each other. There already is 50 minutes on the clock and they ace each other, and everybody has to wait a minute till they respawn. This is
that will happen.
Bad.
Undoubtedly. I am sure that will happen. So the map changes that happen when this is the soul that I guess I'll scroll down to the...
Yeah,
so
it
there's
creates
the
these camouflage zones.
Exactly, there's camouflage zones, which is really not good in my opinion, personally. I would like less stealth in my games, not more.
Yeah.
Oof. And the same effect...
But they deal more damage in the zones? Really?
Two enemies healthier than them, so... The same thing that the Chem Tank Dragon already does, which is be good anti-tank stuff. It's in the zone, there's also a bonus with anti-tank damage. So
basically what this says is that tanks this season, or the coming season, will be useless again.
No, I mean, that's not necessarily. Well, they're not useless currently, but it depends on what rift you get, you know? Some rifts are very good, some rifts are very bad.
Okay.
The other dragon does the exact opposite. The other dragon is very good against squishies, but we'll get to that. And also, if you didn't know, the difference between stealth and camouflage is as long as an opponent is within your roughly attack range when you're a ranged champion.
Get a white circle around your character.
Yeah, you will get an indicator.
If the enemies are inside the circle, they can see you. If they're outside, they cannot see you.
So it's not perfect stealth.
Nope.
And here's where the zones are.
Are there still characters with perfect stealth?
Oh,
I guess Shaco?
Of course. Shaco, Kha'Zix.
Yeah. And that's it?
No, that's not it, surely.
That's not it?
No.
I mean, Eve has camouflage. Ashkan has camouflage. Who else? Pike. Pike has camouflage. Who is invisible?
There's somebody. I know.
There is somebody.
I know.
Somebody.
Once told invisible. Me no. Fuck.
Oh, we don't.
I don't remember. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll remember later. Go. I'm sure I will. Maybe we will still on this recording. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
The Hextech Dragon. More ability haste and attack speed. So if you happen to be a caster that auto-attacks a lot, like, I don't know, a Lucian, perhaps, or a Kale, this will be very, 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 very good for you.
Does Rengar have invisibility?
Good. Nope, he has camouflage as well.
He has camouflage too.
Being completely invisible for that long would be pretty insane.
Yeah. Teemo, I guess, in the bushes, is invisible.
Oh, right. That is perfect stealth. You are correct.
Twitch has camouflage too. Wukong is
Wukong has
invisible.
Perfect stealth. Thank you. That's who I was looking for.
And that's it. All the champions I can remember.
That's probably not it, but that is the one that I was almost remembering.
Anyway, let's go to the Hextech Dragon.
Hextech
which
Dragon
gives everybody something they would like, I guess. Ability haste is good for everybody, and attack speed is also good for everybody except mages.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Assassins also don't need attack speed usually, but the thing is, this is supposed to be at least good for everyone. At least
a little bit, yeah.
So the reason there's attack speed in there is not necessarily for those mages that like attack speed or for those top laners that like ability haste and attack speed.
AD carries like
for ADCs.
Yay! But we do like ability haste too.
That is true. When a team obtains the Hextech Dragon Soul, they gain Static Shiv, just in many, many more words.
Ah, yeah, I remember that.
So Static Shiv, you deals attack an enemy. No. This one deals true damage. Static Shiv doesn't. Okay, so this is a true damage version of Static Shiv. Basically, you attack an enemy, and then a lightning forks out from that enemy to an additional 3 targets.
So you get some chain lightning.
Yep.
Ooh, and it scales with bonus health, AP.
It scales with everything. Most of these scale with everything.
Yeah. Okay.
It's neat.
And the Hextech gates, which are really weird to use.
Yes.
I had a game with those, and it's so scary to go through if you don't have vision on the other side.
You don't go through if you don't have vision on the other side.
I do.
Of course you do.
And I went straight into a Z.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing here is that not all of the Hextech gates are 2 sides. Basically, when you go through a Hextech gate, you then also get a little circle around you, and you have to point your mouse at where around the hex gates you would like to spawn.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So you go through it. This takes a while
to prevent like Caitlyn traps from being set in front of the gate.
It's generally good for many similar situations where you can have a perfect assassination. For example, if you know there's a Rengar in this bush here, for example.
Yeah.
And you come out of this hex gate and move to the down right, he will not be able to jump on you. So it's many things.
I haven't tried to go over the
dragon wall. Me neither.
The walls, yeah. I haven't tried that yet, but I think it doesn't work because you can only have like a cone of range where you can spawn outside of the gate.
You know what?
Yeah, the middle 2 gates are both ways, and the gates in the
Exactly.
base are only to go outside of the base.
Yes, but this does not mean this is unlike the walls here. The gates do go over. Both teams can use this gate. It just only functions in one direction. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward
you know
to
what?
the pro season again to see how this gets utilized, if it's get utilized a lot.
Oh, I'm surely, right? Because if the Drake spawns, then the very least you can do is you can have a member of your team pick up a Scrying Bloom, the blue vision plant, vision trinket, and you can place that on the end of the other side, and so at least you'll know that no one in the immediate vicinity is gonna kill you immediately. Also, if five people spawn in the same spot,
like these little bubbles, they were weird at the beginning when they got released, yes.
Absolutely.
And now they're feeling pretty normal.
It just takes time. Right, they have a 30-second individual cooldown per...
Emojis?
Yeah, that's not on the camera, you wouldn't have...
Oh shit, okay, I'm sorry.
It's fine. My Windows...
You really distracted me.
My Windows virtual keyboard that is to the right of the area that we're recording on the screen, it made an emoji thing and it didn't go away.
Okay.
Cloud Dragon does no longer give ultimate ability haste. The explanation is basically if you're the right character, it was too strong, but it also had to be so much that it's not useless on other characters, and that made it hard to balance, and also sometimes it didn't feel like anything because your ult's not useful.
That's nice. A bit of out of combat movement speed and slow resistance. That's nice.
It's not bad.
That's better than the previous.
It's really not.
I think.
It's very dependent on what champion you were. I mean, for some champions, this is just a straight up hard nerf. Also, for lower elo, this doesn't fucking matter. This does not matter. Out of combat movement speed. When are you out of combat?
For lower elo, my dude.
Ultimate ability haste does.
Does it?
Being able to ult more. I mean, how many players in lower elo do you know that just so in 30 seconds is my ult, my ult is ready, and until then I will play no League of Legends. I will just sit here and kill PvE stuff. I'll just, and then my ultimate is ready. I guess I will fight. This is a thing that we've seen happen a ridiculous amount of times.
But we also have seen just constant fighting non-stop.
So the out-of-combat movement speed doesn't apply either. My point exactly. It's just worse in lower elo.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, the first Scuttle Crab. So I actually have already had some experience with this Scuttle Crab change, so I do know the effect of it. The effect of it is you don't fight over first Scuttle Crab anymore because the first jungler to reach it one-shots it. Every time. It has sufficiently low health that if you smite and use 2 abilities, it dies.
Okay.
And it also grants 80% reduced XP, which makes a difference. It's not
really valuable.
It's not that valuable, which is good, because a lot of things, the mid laner and top laner especially, had to really focus on having the own jungler kill the crab. That was important. It was important mid lane strategy that the jungler get the crab. Which also means that if your jungler wasn't interested in the crab, you were kinda behind already, because the enemy jungler would have more XP and gank you sooner.
Yeah, makes sense.
Also,
a little
early
bit
gankers...
of a jungle adjustment was needed, in my opinion. It's still a pretty strong, I think, jungle in general.
Oh yeah.
But the whole game is about how in high elo. I mean. Of course.
I'm not actually sure that this is a jungle nerf.
Around your jungle. It's not a nerf, but it's an adjustment.
I think that this is not gonna improve your experience as a laner particularly, because what do junglers do when one of their camps has 80% less experience gain? Exactly. They gank you instead. And I'm not sure that a lot of people who say, this is a good change, I don't want to help my jungler do Rift Scuttler every time, would like to be level 2 ganked, but they will be though. That's the thing.
Oh, we shall see. I don't know how the people adapt to it.
It's either that or people are gonna just try to double scuttle so they can recover some of that. But I doubt that.
I don't know. Depends. Let's move on.
Yes, new items. This is the very interesting part. There is
yes.
many new items. And I will summarize them quickly, but it'll take a while anyway. Crown of the Shattered Queen. So you know that thing that Malzahar has? You have that now. For 1.5 seconds after you're first damaged, you take 75% less damage.
So
and this has a 40-second cooldown.
Or is it?
It is a mythic, yes. It is a mythic item.
Yeah, okay.
It is a mythic item.
It's a Lost Chapter mythic. It's a mage mythic.
Yes, it's a mage mythic. It gives a good amount of ability power, some health, a lot of mana, a lot of haste. And it gives you anti-burst as a passive shield with 40 seconds cooldown, which is very good.
Yeah. That's nice to have if you're afraid of assassins as a mage.
You also gain ability power as long as the safeguard is up.
What is the mythic passive? I can't quite read it.
The mythic passive is it grants other legendary items movement speed and ability power.
Movement speed. Movement speed is nice.
This is for when you're scared. In short, if you're not scared of your opponent, don't buy this. It's not that good. It's great if you're against a Fizz, a Zed, a whatever the hell. If you're against either an assassin or a fighter sufficiently fit that they can one-shot you anyway, this is good. Otherwise, not as good.
Yeah. It can even be good against burst mages, I guess.
Read this. This is great. Tank supports felt pigeonholed into one mythic, Locket of the Iron Solari, which was a purely defensive tool. Nice. So basically, they're adding an engage support mythic. A mythic for tank supports that is not exclusively I will shield my team, but instead I will kill my enemy. So this is great for things like Rakan, who was actually sometimes even taking the Shuralia's Revelry mythic item, because at least that gave goddamn movement speed.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this.
This is nice. Excellent. As a support player myself, or I mean, support jungle player, this is great. This is even good for some junglers because it's cheap as hell, and immobilizing your enemy is one of the purposes of some junglers. One of the main purposes.
Passive is nice too.
It is.
I like this.
This might bring back some tank junglers. You know, I mean, imagine Sejuani. Sejuani was always a champion. Or not always, but for many years now, Sejuani has been a champion that works in the following way. I will walk onto lane and CC the opponent, hoping that my laner will deal enough damage. That has been how she plays, and her item builds have always been, I will rush Warmogs because it's cheap and it's a lot of tankiness and sustained tankiness when I have to go from one gank to another.
Yeah, because the tank item mythics are not that great.
They're too expensive for what they do.
Yeah.
And this I think will be a blessing for tank junglers as well.
Or tanks in general.
I think if you're a full tank and you have a lane to farm, you're probably gonna have better options. But if I might be completely wrong here, there might just be no tank that picks this up fucking ever. That's possible. But I think this will be good on some hardcore tank junglers.
From the wording of a chorusation, I think it's pronounced, is that if you immobilize a champion, all the enemies nearby take increased damage. That means also from you.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's okay, I guess.
It's alright. It's alright.
I have enough wave clear so that I don't need the flame orb thingy.
They changed that too. There's an amazing quality of life change to the Bambi Cinder.
Now move it.
This is an assassin item. This is an assassin item that resets your ultimate cooldown if you kill people.
Oh no! Yeah, I remember that.
Not completely, but enough.
No.
It's enough. It's the total cooldown too, so it's not the current cooldown. And look at this. There's ability haste already on it. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. There is no good cooldown reduction assassin item that you can build early and not feel bad about. And there is now, for lethality assassins, I mean.
Why does it need to? Lethality assassins
annoy you personally.
No, they are already so good.
They don't have choices. If we look back at the whole
Nobody
new
has
items
choices.
thing, we're adding a few items for mages, tanks, bruisers, and assassins who have all been lacking meaningful options. Do you know what that means? That means that last time they fixed options so that ADCs can buy different things for different situations and didn't fix the same problem for anyone else.
But you don't really have different options as an ADC.
You do.
You don't.
The crit, because all of the good items give crit now, you can adapt your current item build to what you need. I like it. I like the marksman update, and I like this too. Because let's be fucking honest, this is not gonna make any one assassin significantly better than he was before. This is just gonna make no, not Shadowflame. The cooldown, the Axiom arc.
Axiom arc, yeah.
Because what assassin do you know that really, if you take 25% off their ultimate cooldown after they kill someone, is just gonna become stupidly OP? That isn't
Zed,
with Yumo's Ghostblade.
Kiana.
No.
Talon.
No.
Fizz.
25% is not enough
Fizz.
to use it twice in a fight. Fizz, maybe, yeah. I can see Fizz.
But
I can see
Fizz
Talon.
won't build the lethality item.
I can see Talon and I can see Fizz, because both of them have... Well, I can't even see Fizz, really. You know who would be good with this? If it was AP?
Look. Every assassin who has a one-shot ultimate, like Talon, like Zed, will become OP with this. Because they have more uptime. More uptime to one-shot you.
That's true.
Stupid.
That's true, but I don't think this will be that good.
So fast if you're trying to play around the
it's only if they kill. It's only if they kill someone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, man, but if Zed kills you in lane, when you're back in lane, his ultimate is ready. This is not this doesn't exacerbate that problem. If he kills, the only thing that it really helps with, I think,
like Zed jungle. If he ganks you on the bot lane and he kills someone, he can already move to the mid lane and has his ultimate up already.
I mean, I guess, but who plays Zed jungle?
Zed jungle? A lot of people.
It's alright.
Talon, the same thing. Kiana, the same thing.
Well, the reason I think that it's a lot... The problem with this item could be a lot bigger on Talon specifically is because Talon already goes down to 35 seconds on his ultimate, which is lower than any of the other assassin we've discussed previously. And I think if you take 25% off of a Talon ultimate, he might do it twice in one team fight. That's very possible.
Pantheon would be really good with this item too.
Roam more, that's nice, yeah. I could see that. Especially ults. I think two people are going to really benefit from this. It's people with already really short... No, definitely not. It's people with already really short cooldowns or people with extraordinarily long cooldowns. It's going to be those two. Everything in between is going to be kind of meh. The difference between a 60 and an 80 second cooldown isn't that big. But the difference between 150 seconds and... Oh, that's bad math. And
something less.
112.5. If this is right, yay me. If not, fuck it.
Yeah.
Cooldown is not... That's not negligible. That's one whole Talon ult of cooldown less.
Okay, now move it on. We have taken too long.
So I've scrolled to the next item long ago.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're winning, this is a win more item for mages, which is something that I guess Rabadon's was. Rabadon's was a you deal damage, you deal more damage item. And also, I was wrong before. The anti-tank thing is not on the second dragon. It's on this item, is what I remember. There's so many patch notes. I couldn't remember everything. It happens. Basically, if the Chem Tank Dragon is new thing against tanks, and this is a new thing against squishies. If you're AP, you gain magic penetration based on how low the current health of your opponent is. Now, the current health of most people in the game is not high enough to even go to the lowest number of magic penetration you could get from this. So you're always going to be at 15-ish magic penetration as a baseline if you're not fighting a tank.
That's nice.
And if you reach 1,000, if your opponent goes down to 1,000 maximum health, you get 20% magic penetration against them.
It's not max health, it's current health.
So current health, yes, of course.
The lower your opponent is, the more damage you deal.
First, that, and also if it's not percentage, which means that squishies get affected by this a lot more severely than high health targets. And if your opponent gets shielded,
now.
You know what? Building some items that incorporate a bit of health as a counter to this item seems valid to me, unless you're getting shielded all the time, because it gains the maximum magic penetration if the target was recently shielded. What recently means in League of Legends is very foggy, because recently can mean anything from 8 to 3 seconds, but I'm guessing this is more on the side of 3.
Yeah, and mages needed an
anti-shield item.
Anti-shield item.
Absolutely. Yeah. Serpent's Fang is nice and all, but also you don't always want to build Serpent's Fang.
Especially if you're someone like Karthus or something.
This is excellent and has been missing from the game forever.
It's the Singed item.
It's Tear of the Goddess, but for tanks.
It's a Singed item.
Yes.
And a Poppy item.
It's a many people item, I think. I think there's a lot of tanks who have mana problems, so this is really, really gonna help.
Yeah, Maokai and Singed are the two that
spring to mind immediately. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Those are definitely two that really, really gonna love this item. But there's a lot more champions that could really use a mana boost. I mean, I'm thinking a Mumu here, for example.
Oh, Elena Mumu?
Oh, I mean, Lena Mumu? Not really. Jungle Mumu, though, maybe. I mean, you stack the tier by farming the jungle passively all the time anyway. Yeah, it's gonna stack real quick.
With Amumu's kit, the Immolate passive is really
well. This
really
isn't
good,
a mythic.
I think. This is a mythic?
This isn't a mythic.
Oh, okay.
So you can build your mythic tank item with the Balmy Cinder in it, and build this, as far as I know.
Oh, then
let me just scroll down. Does it have a mythic passive? It doesn't.
No.
And of course it has an evolution if you reach full mana, which is also
sure, like all the tier items have.
Exactly.
It's just better.
Is it that much better?
I mean, it should be better if it
upgrades. I'm sorry, I thought you mean better than the other tier items.
Oh, no. The tier items are good for those who build them.
Absolutely. All of them are. They even changed the mage tier item.
Oh, okay.
Which we'll get
tank
to.
Items.
Tank mythics.
For tank items.
This is the
executes minions. Okay.
This is the quality of life change that top laners have been waiting for years. Basically, if your Balmy Cinder takes a minion low enough that another tick would have killed it, it dies instead. So it doesn't tick minions down to 2 HP, and another minion can take the last hit.
Ah, that's nice.
It is. This is gonna be so good. Holy moly.
Okay.
Frostfire Gauntlet.
And the passive has.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Passive has carried over to the other items.
That too. But also, this does what Iceborne Gauntlet used to do. Which is, instead of just slowing one person and creating an AoE field, you actually deal AoE damage and create an AoE field.
Oh, that's nice.
It is. I don't think it's gonna matter much. It's better now, but it's the same thing. It won't change.
It's a Galio passive.
It won't change the game, but it's good.
Yeah. Tanks needed some improvement.
This
It's
will
really
change the
hard
game,
to play a
though.
tank.
Let me tell you.
Whoa, that's a lot. What is it?
Turbo Chemtank's Immolate effect often felt more like a requirement for jungle clear rather than a unique passive. Rather than an interesting passive. That is true. There's many examples, but the very best one I can think of is Rammus or Hecarim. If you were building tank Hecarim, the reason you built Bami Cinder is so even without 80, you can clear the jungle at all. It's you need to kill the jungle somewhat quickly, and I'm not saying that Hecarim was slow, but if you compare 80 Hecarim to tank Hecarim, it's painful. The bonus 80 ratio on his Q is so good because they nerfed it from total AD to bonus AD, and then they added more bonus AD and took off base damage because his tank form was just too good. So now if you build an 80-ish Hecarim, an 80 off-tank Hecarim, he farms really, really quickly, and anything else really, really slowly.
Okay.
It's not the only champion, you know, Rammus and Mumu.
More damage.
No.
Yeah.
They removed the Immolate passive from it.
That's weird.
It doesn't... Instead, what it does is when you move, you fill it like you would with Deadman's Plate.
Yeah. I
and
can
then the
read
next,
that.
and then yeah, well, maybe not everybody's reading all of the things.
Yeah, no, sorry.
And then
continue.
It deals AoE damage.
Is it AoE?
It is.
To all nearby allies. Yeah.
This is neat.
Okay.
The mythic passive is ability haste and health now instead of just health. That's good. Just health sucked. Sorry, instead of just ability haste. I'm sorry, my bad. I said that wrong. Instead of just ability haste, it gives ability haste and health now. And just ability haste kinda sucked.
Yeah, but 50 health is meh.
Yeah, but 50 health and 5 ability haste on every item is better than 5 ability haste on every item. That felt like nothing most of the time.
Yeah, true. Okay, Sunfire is...
Sunfire Aegis.
A little bit more tankier, which is good.
It is. You get a bit tankier. That's nice. And also they have
50 health more. Okay.
It's neat.
Nice.
It's a buff. It was bad. Let's be honest, guys. Sunfire was bad.
Yeah.
Boosting its armor and magic resist a little bit above other items with similar stats is definitely going to help that item out a lot.
Okay, the build path of Abyssal Mask has changed. Abyssal Mask I have never built.
It's a tank
never.
resist item that you can theoretically build on melee mages, so it was a thing that Silas built sometimes when he was facing heavy AP damage.
Okay.
It's fine. This changed though. The price doesn't change, but it gets more cooldown reduction. It gains ability haste. It didn't have any before, so cooldown reduction is going up.
Magic resistance is pretty
Magic resistance is plummeting. It's not supposed to be as much of an anti-mage item anymore. This is supposed to be more of an
offensive,
if I'm not a complete offensive. Yeah, if I'm not a complete tank, I should also feel good about building this item into the right situations, which is nice. I like when I'm given options.
Yeah.
It's fine. What I can say about this, it's fine. The lack of magic resist, painful. But the passive does make up for it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you now gain flat magic resistance from the passive.
So, and I guess Force of Nature got buffed, so it's playable?
Force of Nature was playable, just not...
Yeah, a bit of more magic resistance is nice. And taking damage...
So the usual, the previous passive, it doesn't stack faster. No, absolutely not. That's wrong.
If you get immobilized, it stacks faster.
Yes, but before you didn't get it when you got immobilized at all. Basically, before taking damage made you faster, stack for stack for stack. Now taking damage makes you faster once you have reached 6 stacks. And you also gain stacks upon being stunned. So it's weird. I don't like it. I think this will make the item worse, which it really didn't need.
Really? You think it's worse?
I think this is worse.
The new the Dissipate is really, really nice.
I like the fact that it started stacking up and having an effect immediately when you engage. Because the phase of highest damage is immediately after the engage. The longer a fight goes, the more stuff is on cooldown, and the less the reduced damage will actually make a difference.
Yeah, but in a burst phase, you stack it really fast, so it doesn't really matter, I think.
Maybe. I don't know, I think it's worse, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll see. Okay.
Knight's Vow. It absorbs damage even better now.
Okay, next. Support items don't care. Let's go.
No, I care about support items. I just don't care about this particular
cheaper,
chain.
Nice, 100 gold. Down of
it's easier to attain for supports, so I'm in favor. Yeah.
Sure, next.
Stoneplate is cheaper as a result. Locket is not cheaper. The cost went up by 100 gold if you have every other part of it complete, because the one part was cheaper, so they made the recipe cost more. Mage items, Everfrost, less ability power from the mythic passive. I think that's fair.
It got a little bit nerfed and it's cheaper, so it's okay, I guess.
It's good. I think this is good.
Mage items were really, really expensive.
And really strong too. So it's a bit weaker, but a bit more attainable. That's nice. I like that.
Yep.
Demonic Embrace.
Oh, the new passive. That's hard.
Yes.
That's a really good Swain item now. It
was a good Swain item before, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good Swain item, and it's even better now. Okay.
It's worse for range now, which I like. And it's got more health and less AP, so it's a bit better when you're on more of a defensive build path as well, and it's a bit less good if you're already aggressive, because that's the thing that annoyed me about this item, is that there were some characters like, I do damage over time, this is a must build for me, even if I'm in a situation where I really like to build a win more item. And now these people have a win more item in Shadow Flame?
Yeah, they don't need to... Shadow Flame.
Was that right?
Don't scroll up. No.
It's fine.
Okay.
And you gain bonus health as ability power, which is why the ability power went down. That's nice. Archangel Staff. They did not read Rise before they made this item change. Because they didn't nerf Rise. And when changing this item, they really should always look at Rise. Well, it's true, isn't it? So instead of gaining ability power based on the mana you have, you now gain ability haste for the mana you have. Which is insane. No, it's insanely good.
Do you think?
I think so.
The 0.5 bonus mana. Bonus mana 500.
I mean, you gotta look at this from the point of view of you will have a lot of mana if you build this item.
Yeah.
Because at some point it will evolve. You'll likely only finish the item once it has the revolution requirements met. So what you have is you have the Seraph's Embrace, which gives you 860 mana and 1.3% bonus mana as ability power. And your bonus mana is going to be up there, man. Like, your bonus mana with this item is going to be somewhere close to 1,000, 1,400 if you have your other items built as well. Because keep in mind that this is not a mythic item, so you have your mythic items mana, which is somewhere between 300 and 600.
Mm-hmm.
So let's assume you build something that has 600. You'll be pretty close to having 1,500 bonus mana. Now that's a lot of ability haste.
Yeah, we will see. I'm always on the opinion we'll see. It's hard to gauge it from numbers alone.
That'll be 20 ability haste, roughly. Oops.
It's okay.
20 ability haste is pretty good. And if your mana gets more than that, if you happen to build more mana-intensive items, it's only going to get more. It's not like it scales, like the efficiency of the conversion scales down the more mana you have. It just gets better and better and better.
Yeah, sure.
20 ability haste is pretty good. What is 20 ability haste worth?
Cosmic Drive. The old Cosmic Drive.
Well, no, but I mean in money, it's probably 600-ish gold, at least.
I don't know that, man.
It's not important. Stat efficiency
It really isn't.
No, stat efficiency is alright. So, Fiendish Codex, it builds to have... I'm so sorry. Not Fiendish Codex, Cosmic Drive. Less ability power, more health. They plan to generally take out magic damage a little bit of the game. Which is
but
fine.
Why?
You know, actually,
so you can play more AD Assassin.
I'm okay with that.
Oh. No.
So more ability haste, less power. The fact it gives movement speed without the passive now is great. You don't need to hit an ability power requirement to gain the movement speed anymore either, which is very good. It's not flat movement speed anymore, so that is a bit worse. Flat movement speed was enhanced by your boots always, which is great. But this is also still very good.
Yeah, so, but it has the what's it called?
It's phase rush. This is phase
rush passive. Yeah.
This is new phase rush. So why are you
still building runes? I guess.
I was thinking that. I was thinking either if you're already somebody who likes phase rush, you might build this item because it's more phase rush on your phase rush. Yeah. But I don't think so, actually.
Take my money.
Horizon Focus. Horizon Focus used to be the win more item. If you had CC or long range and you were winning, you built this. Because it makes you, if you win more. It's now, this is a change I personally don't like because it removes a bit of the flavor that I liked about this item. This meant, how many damage would you like to add to your long range spells? Yes, please. Mm-hmm. And it's not quite that anymore. But it also applies on slows and not just on immobilizers now. So it's more versatile, but less oomph. I personally dislike it, but I think all in all, this is going to make the item accessible to more champions, and that itself is a good thing. It's just a thing I didn't need, so I don't like that they took away the thing I liked and replaced it with something that other people need.
Sure.
But you know, that's just my 2 cents.
Magic Penetration got buffed. It's a little bit more costly, I guess. Yeah.
This is a good change. More magic pen is always good. Doran's Ring. Doran's Ring now increases the passive mana regeneration that the item gives you.
Oh, but
if
it gives
you damage an enemy.
Magic mana regeneration. That's nice.
Yes. Yeah. It's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this, which I really, really love, is if you're in a lane where farming is hard just because of the matchup you have, you can still try to trade with your enemy from range while not being able to approach minions. You're not completely locked out of your mana regeneration by virtue of being the person with less range or something like that. Or the person who has the worst level 1-2.
It's a good thing, I guess.
I at least found myself enjoying that change.
Hextech Alternator, it was a bit strong.
Bit much, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. More tanky, less damage.
Yeah, more tanky, less damage is a good summary for the mage items.
Yeah, in general, yeah.
Rocket Belt,
I guess the same. No, just the build
no changes. It's just altered, that the stats didn't make as much sense anymore. You got too much health because the Hextech Alternator now gave health, and the Ruby Crystal gave health, and that was too much for the full item, so they changed it.
Yeah, just like the Night Harvester.
It's fine. Same thing with Night Harvester.
Same thing, lethality items. Oh my god, aren't we already an hour long or something?
Yes. It's 40 minutes, it's fine.
Okay, let's scoot.
We're reaching the end. We're reaching the end.
Okay.
This was a very long patch. So Serrated Dirk, they changed cost and build path. It's fine. It's now less good for range and a little better for melee. I like it. Before they had this thing where they gave it a certain value, and the fact that that value was okay on melee means it was shit on range. And if it was okay on range, it was too strong on melee. And now they just separated them like they did with almost anything else already anyway, so I don't know why this was an issue, but hey. They smoothed out the advantage you get from being ranged and having Duskblade to be kind of fair.
Yeah, same with Eclipse, a little bit better for melee champions.
It's a little bit better, yeah. A little bit better for melee champions. It's great. I like it. Prowler's Claw. What is the change? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
The dash deals more bonus physical damage. Just more damage.
It's just more damage.
It's cheaper, and it deals more damage. So Prowler's Claw.
Dang. Ghostblade got more expensive. That's nice. This is the rune that replaces Omnistone.
Oh, yeah. The runes are very interesting, I think.
Yeah.
This patch makes... What was it called? The Kleptomancy?
Omnistone-ish?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean, yeah.
The Omnistone got replaced by this. This is like Kleptomancy in a way?
This is the burst counterpart to Kleptomancy.
Yeah.
So... when you strike an enemy before they strike you, which mechanically means within 1.25 seconds of entering combat with them, you gain extra damage against champions and get some of that bonus damage that you deal as gold, which is ridiculous. That's
and
nuts.
You get five gold.
Oh, that's not gonna matter, but yes, it's neat. But it's the bonus damage that really sells this item. Holy moly.
So Caitlyn's R really is a money machine now.
Oh, good grief. I mean, sure.
So yeah, Omnistone got yeeted, and Glacial Augment now basically does 3 times the thing it did.
Not quite. It's
3 rays instead of 1.
So what it does is instead of sending out a ray from you to the target, it now sends out rays from the target towards champions nearby, which means it's better in team fights, but it's also not... You can't proc it by using a slow mythic item anymore. So if you hit with anything but the center of we had it in the patch notes. I will remember. The mythic item.
I don't know what you mean.
Mythic item that freezes. Everfrost.
Mythic item that freezes? Everfrost, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember Everfrost. What the fuck? I can't adequately assess if this is good or not. I have to see it in action, and I haven't yet.
I have to see, yeah.
Lethal Tempo.
Really something.
Lethal Tempo is...
Oh, this I was very, very happy about.
Yes. This made Kog'Maw very popular over the one day that it's been out.
And every other hyper carry.
So instead of having to wait for your damage to start, you instead gain a stacking... Yes, you gain a stacking damage stacking attack speed bonus with... that stacks up to 6 times every time you auto-attack a champion. It's great. And the nice thing is they worded it in such a way that if you attack minions, but your Runen's Echo hits a champion, it stacks.
I don't know, I haven't...
No, this is what that means. When striking at least one enemy champion. So it's for AoE auto-attacks, and I'm guessing for Runa's Hurricane. That if you happen to Shyvana Q in dragon form, not that you would take this with Shyvana, but as an example, if you Shyvana Q'd a minion and you hit a champion, you would gain a stack. That's what that means. So if your auto attack connects with at least one enemy
so does it work on abilities too?
It's also for Graves, I'm guessing. Graves is also
with each auto attack.
Abilities. No, it's just auto attacks. Yeah. It's cool though. I like it.
So it's really good for Yasuo and Yone too, I guess?
Maybe, yeah. But Conqueror is just too good on them, so I think they'll keep using that. Ultimate Spellbook. Does it fucking matter?
Ultimate Spellbook is some kind of thing.
It's a mode. These champions are now in the ult rotation where you can get an ult to replace your second summoner spell. Also, you automatically smite things because you shouldn't be forced to take smite, and the other ult you should be allowed to take flash too. You can't use Malphite ulti anymore because everybody took that anytime they could. These are changes for something that doesn't concern us.
Yeah,
which is rotating game modes. I'm sorry, I don't know.
So
much
the Caitlyn update is very, very nice. The model looks great. It feels so much better to play Caitlyn now. It doesn't feel as clunky anymore. Because
I swear I didn't notice. I did not notice the fucking difference. I played
so
Caitlyn
nice
in practice tool to see the difference, and I was like, "Is this live already? Can you check?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, this is live." But it doesn't fucking change anything.
Okay, I've played Caitlyn a lot. Because of Arcane before the update came, and I have played her a lot since the update came, and the differences are really, really nice.
Okay, crazy. It didn't feel that different to me. Oh well. So
I really like the little things they have done. Like if you headshot somebody, there is like a cartridge that falls out and something neat like that.
Oh, the cartridge falls out every auto attack. That's the one difference I noticed.
No.
It does on some skins, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but in the base skin, it does not. Or just a little cartridge. I haven't. You make me second guess myself.
Here it says here, add ejected bullet when reloading rifle.
Yeah, and she reloads after her 7th shot. It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
I'm second guessing myself. Jace's visual effects update. All his shit looks like it wasn't made in 2012.
You see, and this I did not notice.
It's fine.
I have played Jace against Jace, but I haven't noticed.
It looks the same. It looks better, but if you didn't know, you wouldn't notice. You would think that this is how Jace was always supposed to look. That's the change they made. The abilities that Jace has, this is how they were supposed to look, but it was 2012, so they didn't. That's the short version. Jinx. This, I didn't even notice when I watched the YouTube video where it was side by side. I didn't.
Okay.
It's the same. There's an indicator now around the flame chompers for what the damaging area is, because it's more than the thing. The activation range from stepping into them is smaller than the damage is.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's an indicator for the damage and the stepping in zone.
I have not noticed. I haven't played Jinx. I think I have played versus Jinx, but I haven't played her.
It looks a smidgen cleaner.
I was so happy about the Caitlyn changes. I have not noticed anything else.
Neat. So the alt chat changes. They tested out removing alt chat on other servers. They like the results. They're going to do it. They've decided. They've heard the community backlash and ignored it, like true professionals do. It's fine. I think it's a good change.
It's what makes EU West EU West. It wouldn't be EU West if I wasn't gonna get flamed every second game by some Polish or French dude.
I'm glad they're removing all chat. Let's just put it at that.
Oh.
I love that there is no, because this is a thing that happens to me on occasion where I'm really tilted when that happens. It's the only thing that really tilts me anymore is if somebody flames me all game, which I don't care. Idiots' opinions and all that. But I don't care if people flame me. But if people flame me for the whole game and then at the end write report and then my summoner name for flame, even though I didn't say a word during the whole game, I'm like, okay, now you've crossed the line.
Well, it's just if the other people are stupid, but the most flame I think happens is in your team, not in the alt chat.
Well, that's true, yes, but there was a lot of shit.
I personally don't see the reason. I can understand the reason. If they want to do something against the flame, people should just disable the chat, or you can mute people if you're feeling particularly vulnerable to flame today, just mute everybody at the start of the game. That's just my opinion.
I think if you really
do stuff yourself and don't expect Riot to fix these issues for you.
Yeah, to a degree.
It's not their job.
I think Riot does have a certain responsibility for what goes on in their chat.
No, they don't. It's the people. You're not responsible for what the people do with your stuff.
Let me ask you this.
It's the same thing if I take something like I cyberbully somebody through WhatsApp, for example. Is it WhatsApp's fault because they gave me the option to cyberbully you, for example?
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying using a chatting service to do something bad is the fault of the chatting service. Absolutely not. But if there is much toxicity that comes from using a chat feature, or from having a chat feature in the game, and there is very little to gain, because what is there to gain from all chat? I'm fairly confident that
I have so many games where the people in all chat are just nice and friendly.
I guess what they could be doing, which I would understand, is to disable all chat in rankeds, because what I have seen happen is that somebody on your team got so tilted that they started all chatting the jungler's location and stuff like that. So that's
bullshit.
But that happens, and it doesn't even it's not even that rare. And I think for ranked games, if you want to at least pretend like you're trying to give the best expression of skill, you should stop people from griefing any way you can. And also,
and then there are the pros who really want a Discord service or something like it. What's it called? A voice
chat in League.
Yeah, but nobody's using it.
That's true, but there is. I mean, and I know some people are using it. I think it sucks. I think the audio quality of that needs some hard improvement. Remember Curse Voice? When Curse Voice integrated with your League of Legends to automatically get you into a voice chat with your party? Nobody even used that, and it was really good.
I don't know anymore. Anyway, we're
almost at the end. End of season
We are
rewards.
At the end. There is some Clash. I'm happy to see Clash games again. I wish they were more accessible for us to watch and commentate on.
Absolutely.
I would be really happy about that. But
I wish there was a way to kind of set up a Clash tournament where you could have real time, or not real time. Real time is not necessary, but have people spectate even the champ select. That would be good.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Give it a 3-minute delay and everything is nice.
It's an Ixtal Clash, which is the region. I think is the only region that hasn't had a clash yet, and is also the region where Qiyana and Rengar come from, so that's nice.
Really? That's cool.
It's the jungles of Ixtal. It's above...
Wait, Qiyana is from jungle?
Yeah, sorta. She's from
Isn't she from, like, sand... How's it called? Desert?
No.
Oh, no, that's Talia. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I do confuse those two sometimes.
Bug fixes and quality of life changes.
Don't care.
No.
Let's move it on. Upcoming skins. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's something. Everything tracks. Everything tracks. Which is nice to see how much damage you did with an item or how much you mitigated or healed or something.
Wow.
There are the totally uwu. I think is the
is what the young people call it these days.
Yes, isn't it? In German, you would say the fachmännische Ausdruck.
Yeah,
but I don't know it in English. Can you help me with that?
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah,
but it's the uwu skins. I'm a maid and I'm cute. I wear a skirt and I'm
holy
pink.
Shit! But also the Bard skin is it has a teapot as a head. This is excellent.
It's crazy.
I love it.
So weird.
It's great. It's the weirdest shit.
I can't wait to be one shot by these tibbers.
The big pink mustached bear just plops up in your face and
It
slaps
looks like a
you
Hello
to
Kitty
death.
bear.
It's great. Sivir is gonna
Oh
throw
my God.
a tablet at you, a plate. That's
Oh.
neat, I guess. Vladimir is
With-
extracting coffee now. Okay.
Nice.
So I will be a lot more vulnerable to Vladimir now than I was previously. More arcane skins, I fucking approve.
Yeah.
They are
I really, really want this arcane Caitlyn skin, and I'm so happy that they gifted them to you.
free.
Yeah,
It's so
that's
good.
so nice. It's so nice. They're nothing special, the skins.
No.
They're a little bit of an overhaul of the standard skin.
It's
I
a
think.
visual effects
it's
update,
nice.
kinda.
Yeah, it's nice.
neat.
I really like Vi in her jacket.
Oh, absolutely. It's much better than
because I
standard Vi.
always remember how she got the jacket, and it makes me laugh.
It's so good. That's a nice jacket.
Yeah, that's a nice jacket.
Oh, I love it. The chromas.
Yeah. Yes,
It's
I
neat.
guess.
I like the black one from Bard because it's an actual
oh,
jacket
no,
color.
Silver really has cupcakes on her plate.
That's great. Do you think they fall off when she throws it, or
I
they
don't
stay
know,
on?
but Silver needs more things to throw, and I approve. I really love the pizza skin.
I think the Vladimir looks super weird.
I don't know. Is he hovering the teapot?
He is hovering the teapot, yeah.
That looks weird.
A little,
Okay.
yeah. It's strange. It's fine. I'm
It's
sure people are gonna
fine.
like it. I personally am not a big fan of this Vladimir skin, but hey, I don't
I'm not
have
a
to
big
be.
fan of Vladimir. So
Oh, he has some good skins though. Though Deepwater is great, Soul Stealer is great, Bloodlord is very old and you can see it, but it would be good if it got an update. It would be good if it got an update.
Everything would be better if it got an update, and we're on the way. Everything gradually gets updated. That's why League of Legends is such a great game, because it makes you hyped for things that are in
I'm
the game.
so hyped for Arcane.
Oh,
for the
I
third
really,
drop.
really, this Saturday, dude. Again,
Yeah.
watch party. Let's go. Last 3 seasons.
It only
episodes.
drops after I'm available. The new season, the 3 episodes drop at 8 p.m. this Saturday, and I have a raid at 8 p.m. this Saturday, and after the raid I will have a live stream.
Then let's go on Sunday.
Sunday.
Anyway, if you liked our episode, I hope you enjoyed the new patch. I hope we're enjoying the new patch. If you like this episode, you know, all the YouTube stuff with the likes and the shares, you can't dislike this video anymore, I think. YouTube got rid of that.
Which is good.
Or do they? I don't know.
I think they did. I like
I
it
don't
because
know.
a lot of times people were just getting massive dislike waves because somebody else said go and dislike that video, which is not an
it has
accurate
its ups and
representation.
downs. A lot of people. This is not a YouTube video, not a
No.
critic YouTube
no,
video.
absolutely
We're about
not.
the patch notes. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
See ya.